again, welcome, and I'm so happy that you were able to join us. As you know, you may have noticed today's session is going to focus on entrepreneurship, and we're going to have an opportunity of featuring a couple of our students. One or two that are our alumni, who was a former student, and then we also have a current student of ours who also has a vibrant business and wants to share her story with you all as well.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is Jada Hall, and I'm the coordinator for the STEM Promise program here at TCC. And I am going to moderate the student portion of this event. We're going to hear from a couple of students who own their own businesses, as Dean Prather Johnson said. So really, I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We have Jenna Essery and also Monique Landrum.
Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be back. So I am a 2018 grad of TCC. I was part of the STEM Promise program, and I graduated with my Associates of Computer Science. And now I'm at ODU. I'm finishing up my junior year, getting my bachelor's in computer science, and I'm minoring in computer engineering. And during my time, well, I guess, should I go chronologically? Okay, so flashback to last year, COVID was happening. I was actually working at the Campus Cup on the Chesapeake campus, and that was very short-lived for a month before COVID hit, and we were all sent home. So I was like, well, dang, what am I gonna do? I have all this time to myself. What am I gonna do? I can't go out and do anything. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna start a jewelry business. I'm crafty, right? So I started off on Instagram. I told my friends about it. And from there, the way I grew was word of mouth. It was word of mouth. So many people liked my product because I hand make everything. And I started growing from there. And then I started looking into like local vending events, right? And they were all social distance and masked and everything. And, I would apply to be at these events, and it just kind of blossomed from there. So currently I'm at ODU, and then I also intern at NASA. So I work with the Office of Public Engagement, and I'm like doing a bunch of research and development for mobile AR applications. And I'm a barista at Starbucks right now, so I kind of do a lot. But yeah, that's kind of a summary of my life right now, and I'm just really glad to be here and to share my story.
How about you, Monique? Hello.
Hopefully you guys can hear me. So thank you so much for inviting me here. I have a dessert brand called Ethel's Banana Pudding. It's a homemade dessert that my grandmother makes, and she gave me all the permission to make a business. So before the business started, I used to be 12, 14 years in store manager and retail. So I managed like Cachet, Bakers, I was at Dillard's, and I have two teenagers. And for a moment, I said, okay, I need to make some extra cash because they were in AAU basketball, track. So I started to make banana pudding and selling it, on the side, and the customers just loved it. So I started to make a business out of it. In 2019, I started to make a business out of it, and I saw a market for it because no one made homemade banana pudding like I saw and the way I grew up. It's just like the custard kind. So that's my way into the market. So we do supply 8 to 12 ounce cups, and they're layered with vanilla wafers and real bananas and our special sauce that my grandmother makes from scratch. So right now you can find us at the farmers market on Saturdays, Shore Drive Farmers Market on Saturdays from 9 to 12. And hopefully I actually have one, this little pudding pouch that we have. I'm working on this to be in the grocery stores. So that way the pudding pouch is the homemade sauce. And that way you can have homemade banana pudding at your fingertips for your family and your events. So that's my company, and it's doing really well. And I'm growing slowly but surely, but that's I think that's the best way that I've researched that you want to actually grow, is slowly but surely. So yeah, that's my business, and hopefully you guys can taste some, and I'll see you down at the Shore Drive.
Okay, I'll go into my question. I wanted to know, you kind of answered my first question. How were you introduced to the concept of being an entrepreneur? It sounds like for Jenna, the pandemic, and for Monique, it's just kind of inspired by your grandmother. So I do want to know, how did your time at TCC possibly help with the idea of becoming an entrepreneur, or I guess give you the tools you need to do well?
I guess, well, my major is business administration. So business administration and running my own business goes hand in hand. So especially in the entrepreneurship class and economics class that we have to take, you definitely need those tools to run your own business. So I think it just goes hand in hand, and you're not flying off the seat of your pants. You're actually learning the tools that you need to run your business.
For me, I did a lot at TCC. So I was involved in the food pantry committee and student government and STEM Promise, and I had 18 credit hour semesters. So what TCC did for me was time management. It taught me time management, because adding a business on top of that takes up, especially if you're hand making everything, takes up so much of your time. And especially when you have that demand and people want your product, and you're a one-man band where you're doing the production, you're doing the shipping, you're doing the advertising, you're doing everything yourself. So really managing your time kind of did it for me.
Do we have any questions from students? Oh, we have one in the chat. Okay, question in the chat. You both mentioned your circle of influence. How impactful was it to your progress to have the support of your circle? Oh, there's more. How have you grown that circle since starting your business?
So I'll go ahead and answer this. So my business, I already stated that my business kind of grew via word of mouth. So people liked my product. So friends of my friends would buy it, and then friends of my friends of my friends would buy it. And before I know it, I'm shipping out to Michigan or Washington State or California. And I actually made friends. There's people that bought from me 6 or 7 or 8 different times just because they know they like my product. And we don't just keep in contact for my product. We just keep in contact because we have a genuine relationship. And my circle has grown. It's grown, and it's doing well.
My circle is still growing. I pretty much do a lot on my own, but I do have my mother and my sister and my daughter helping me out. I'm trying to grow in the social media concept. So I did look out for intern help, someone who's into the business, who wants to grow as well. I'm starting off small business, so I don't have a lot of money to pay people to do the professional things that I need them to do. So I'm starting to look for interns and things like that to grow my business. But yes, I do depend on my family for free work.
All right, so there's one. It's scary to start a business. What advice would you give someone on the fence about starting a business, especially for those like yourself who may work full time or have another job or obligation, and this is something that you're doing as a hobby because you enjoy it, but also you're making extra money?
I would say if you want to start a business, like Dr. Jones was saying, you have to have purpose in it. And it is scary to start a business. It's a roller coaster of emotions, up and down. Sometimes you fail, sometimes you win, but that purpose will keep that drive within you, and you just have to keep going, especially if that's what you feel like this is what you're supposed to do and this is what you really, really want. You believe in your product and your business. That purpose will overcome your fear every single time. So just sit in your purpose, and the fear will go away.
But on top of that, I would say go for it. The worst thing that can happen is that it doesn't succeed and you're still in the same place you were yesterday, right? So why not? Why not?
I don't have a question, Jada, but I do have a comment that I really want to share. So something that I think connects really well what Dr. Jones was saying and what both Ms. Monique and Jenna have shared is the fact that you do have that sort of circle of influence, but that can get exhausted pretty quick, right? And if you're not taking advantage of that, you know, his acronym, the SECI, if you're not taking advantage of that and socializing and getting yourself out there and really expressing that purpose and expressing those things, then you're gonna end up stagnant, right? And one of the things that he mentioned was that there are so many grants and other opportunities out there that, you know, we're so wrapped up in maybe doing the thing that we're not thinking about the other stuff that might be out there. And there are tons of them out there. You know, other opportunities, other entrepreneurs such as Dr. Jones who are looking to help pull new entrepreneurs in. And I think it's really impactful when we start to externalize beyond our circle of influence and begin to think outside of the box a little bit and say, you know what, I need an influx of cash because I'm trying to get this product in the grocery store, right? I need an influx of cash, and I can't just pull that from mom and I can't pull that out of my own pocket. So what opportunities exist for me to grow this and to really start having those conversations and really building that network and getting those other collaborative ideas to be able to build it beyond that moment. So maybe from here, go somewhere, maybe go find a couple of grants that maybe you can look into, or different ways that you can develop your business, continue to develop your business by continuing to broaden that circle. So huge kudos to both of you, especially right now. This is a hard time to have a business, you know what I mean? And you guys are just rocking it out. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for that. And someone did put in the chat that SBA has grants for women of color. So look up those grants, they're out there, money is out there. And if you're on social media, you can get big pretty fast. So just be prepared if you do want to take your business to the next level. Again, thank you so much, Monique. Thank you so much, Jenna, for being here today. I wish we could have you all longer, but we will definitely have a part 2 soon and expand the conversation. Thank you so much also to Dr. Jones as well. I'm gonna ask if Nancy wants to say anything else.
Yes, thank you ladies so much. Jenna, for coming back to us and bringing like you have a group of followers with you, which is really nice. And thank you as well, Monique. I know that you'll be graduating with us soon. But both of your businesses are phenomenal. And I know that you will continue to scale them. With no further ado, we end here. We're about 6 minutes late. So I thank you all for joining us. And we hope to see you next month. In the meantime, you guys have a great afternoon.